Hey YouTube, Matches 860. Smoking the Savinelli Churchwarden with some Penzance. And I'm in heaven. Got into a trade with Joshua in the woods. I think I came out better on this deal. He sent me some Penzance. Got to tell you a little story about it. Penzance is produced by J.F.Germain in the British Isles. And the Esoterica line, which is what Penzance is, and Stonehaven and a bunch of other ones, were introduced in the United States in the early 90s, 1990s. And my local brick and mortar just happened to carry all the stuff. I had no idea what I was buying at the time. I used to buy tins when I had a couple extra bucks, but mostly I was still smoking the nasty bagged stuff from the drugstore. And I can remember picking up a tin of Penzance. And I loved it. And I went online to a forum and mentioned it. That thread went nowhere. Nobody knew anything about it. So it was still fairly new at the end of the 90s. Anyway, when you open up a tin, or if you get it in the bag, it's got a very subtle, smoky smell to it. It's Latakia, Orientals, Turkish, Virginia, and just smells in the tin unlike other Latakia stuff that you buy. It's not overpowering. If you get it in the tin, it's a rectangular tin with really thin flakes in it. You can also get it in the bag, like I said, all broken up. Really easy to pack, easy to light. And once you smoke it, you'll understand why everybody talks about it. And it kind of reminds me, when I was a kid, went to the circus a few times, and usually when you go and there's a 3-ring, you can either see like an end ring or just the center if you're right in front of it. This one time I had what must have been the perfect seat. I could see all 3 without any effort. Tasting this tobacco is the same thing. I know I talk about flakes usually melding everything together, which this does. but it's also very easy to pick out each component with this, which is kind of unusual. Usually you'll hear me say something like, you know, you got to go searching for this or you got to go searching for that. They're all pretty prominent as far as I'm concerned. None of them are overpowering, though. And while you would think that the Latakia is the main player, the Virginias and the Orientals, Turkish, they're right up there with it. Probably quite a few people wonder if there's anything you could get that's similar to it. And after trying all the not all of them, but many of them, the esotericas, they use high quality leaf. When you open any of the tins, you just know you're in for something special. When you smoke this, you understand what the hype is all about. Hardly any nicotine, but the flavor makes up for that. Like I said, I'm in heaven right now. So let's talk a little bit about all the hype and the cost. Is it justifiable and is it worth it? I think the hype is very understandable. Like I said, when you open any of the esotericas and smoke them, you know you got something really good. And right out of the starting gate, Penzance is a little more than double what I pay for Haunted Bookshop or Big and Burley, my all-day smokes. Double. So is it worth it? I thought about it, and this is definitely something you don't want to smoke all day, just because you wouldn't want to get tired of this. I most certainly wouldn't. If I really wanted this, the highest I think I would go with this is maybe $80 for 8 ounces, which is double the double. I read something, I don't know if it's true or not, that there was somebody on eBay selling a tin of this for $300. That's a little bit much. I know it's tough to get a hold of, but that's a little too much. I have a tin of Penzance that's coming up on 20 years pretty soon. I think I definitely got to open that up and give it a good jarring and nurse it for a year or two. Smoke it now and then. So, my bottom line is, Penzance to me is one of the ultimates that I want to make sure that I never smoke it too much or get sick of it. Because if I have a really big event in my life and I want to celebrate, it might be this. I'm going to finish this bowl and wish you all a very happy weekend.